Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, April 13th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is my I am center is key. And today, what an interesting astro day. We have the moon in Scorpio, and I think this moon in Scorpio connecting us to the root chakra, hopefully grounding us a little bit, will be very helpful as we move through this astrological energy. So today, the big thing that we have happening is something I've been talking about the last few days. We have the sun about to conjunct Uranus. So I haven't said this in a long time, so I'm going to say this just to remind you about energies. When planets get together, they're kind of like kids. So when you have one kid, it's like, yeah, it's loud, it's noisy. When you have two kids, suddenly it's like noisy squared. It's like, how many kids are there really? That's the way it is with planets. They kind of amp each other up. They light each other up. So we have the sun, this vitality, this big light energy, meeting up with the electrical, vibratory, evolution, revolution, liberation nature of Uranus. Now this energy can really spiral you up. However, this can also spin you out. It can be so intense, especially if you are a super sensitive nervous system person. This electrical energy can really potentially overstimulate your nervous system. So it's really important to find the balance, find the middle way. Yes, this revolution is important. Yes, this evolution is important. Yes, this is an energy of ascension, which is important. But we have to realize we are on this earth for a reason, so it's important to still be connected, grounded with the earth in and through this energy. I love that this connection is happening at 24 degrees. 24 degrees is an energy of balance. 2 plus 4 is 6. That is the Libra energy. So there we have that balance. But even in the numbers 2, there we have that balance in 2 and 4. There's that foundational number, even though 4 is technically the Uranus number. It also has that foundational aspect. So finding that foundation, finding that root is really important. Now it's so funny because I was working, I have a Danielle Laporte journal that I go into every day, and I was doing it earlier, and I'd already looked at the horoscope and be like, man, I really feel this centering need. This is my plan, centering, and just kind of letting it marinate, come in. And as I'm working in my workbook, or whatever, the journal, at the bottom, it's like, it's not about ascending, it is about centering. And I was like, ding, there it is. That is the key to today, is not spinning yourself out through this energy, letting it do its work on you, letting whatever needs to come out, but still coming in. This is the thing about doing the work, that, there is the aspect of the mind, there is that vibrational, electrical aspect that is oh so important in doing the work, in ascending, in moving, in grooving, in rising up in and through your life. However, we can't just go that way and forget the other. I think of the story of Icarus. Icarus was given wings. His father made wings out of wax and feathers. And interestingly enough, Icarus's father was the creator of the labyrinth, which takes you into the center. So this is all a story about the center. But at Icarus, if he flew too high, if he spiraled up too high, the sun would make the wax melt. Or if he came too low, then the waters would disintegrate this energy. So it's finding that middle path. And that's what we're in today. That moon in Scorpio takes us down into those watery depths. If we sink too far in there and stay in there, you can kind of get stuck in the mud, stuck in the muck, stuck in potentially the pain and the shadows that we keep there. However, it needs to be looked at. The water needs to be looked at. We have the moon connecting to Pluto, connecting to Mars, connecting to Venus, helping us look at those waters, helping us show up for any of that shadow work that needs to be done. That moon connection to Pluto is helping transform that. It's at 19 degrees, helping transform our worth around that, recognizing the light that we have within in addition to the shadows and the light that's contained in those shadows. So much of our light, so much of our strengths are actually hidden beneath these things that we've cloaked in shame. And so this is an opportunity to go through it. And this evolution revolution energy, this Uranus energy, is helping us move through that. But we got to keep getting the center. We can't just be like, I'm going to ignore all those things and I'll be out here. That's not how it works. So coming into that centering. The moon in Scorpio connecting to Mars energy. This is also at 24 degrees, also bringing in that balance. Oh, the balance, so important. And this is saying, hey, in order to keep moving forward, like the turtle, I say Mars in Taurus is like the turtle or the tortoise and the hare. Moving forward, slow and steady wins the race. But even as slow and steady keeps moving forward, keep checking in. Okay, and what's that? And what's that thing coming in? What's going on? What do I really feel? Tapping into what do you really feel? This final connection with the moon is the moon trine Venus, and it's actually the moon also trine Chiron. Venus and Chiron are coming into connection, bringing up from the past, from below, from within, potentially some karmic energy that again can be shifted through this beautiful connection of the sun and the Uranus, bringing in the light, bringing in potential ascension through this energy, helping us rise up and through. But again, it's not through ignoring it. It's through coming into the center of it and being present with this energy. So if you find yourself being really jittery and like overstimulated, you're not grounded. Time to ground in. And notice if you're feeling that, chances are if you're feeling that, there's some part of you that is ignoring something that is wanting to come up. And just be willing to ask, is there something I'm ignoring? And then go back to our questions of yesterday. Where's the good? What's the joy? What's the lesson in this? Help me work through this. Help me see this and look at this in another way instead of this manner by which I've been looking at it that's been feeling stagnant and painful for me to look at. Now, I also want to mention, in addition to the Sun-Uranus energy coming in and stimulating us, we have Mercury still at the Uranus degree of 4, almost finished with the 4 degree for now, but we have that still there, and we have Neptune there as well. So, we still have strong Uranus energy helping shift us. But, going back to my Danielle Laporte thing, it's not about the ascension. Don't worry about that. Keep coming into the center. Where am I? Am I connected in? And am I allowing myself to feel? You don't have to transcend this stuff. Let's transmute it. Let's use this Scorpio energy and transmute it and alchemize it and turn it into the gold. Allow it to be the gold. Allow it to be the light that it is. Everything is always working out for you. Every experience that you have been through is helping you move into your divine highest potential. And you can get there, but you've got to show up the middle path. So the cards that I have, well, potentially you may be feeling this fighting, isolation, exhaustion. And this definitely can come through if you are being overstimulated through this energy. So if you're feeling this, if you're feeling lonely, I don't know my place in the world, okay, come back in. Your place in the world is right here, right within you, right inside your center. If you're exhausted, if you're exhausted, this may be a sign that the mental chatter is just going overboard within you right now. And again, you've got to come back in. Release yourself from the brain lock, the mind lock. What am I feeling below that? When I breathe in, what do I feel in my lungs? What do I feel in my belly? What do I feel in my lower chakras? What's going on within me? How can I connect in? And it may be also a sign that you do need to close your eyes and take a rest. And you may also feel this fighting. You may be fighting yourself in your mind. Your mind may be like, that's not right, that's not right, that's not right. It's time to liberate yourself from the shoulds of the mind. This is part of what that Saturn retrograde process is doing for us. However, I've got the traveling card. So potentially we are opening and expanding and ascending through this energy by coming into our center, by coming into our understanding, allowing ourselves to fly the middle path, allowing ourselves to be here now in what needs to be addressed within ourselves in the now. Just notice if you're avoiding or spiraling out and keep bringing yourself back into the center. Everything you need is right here within your center. So to finish off, from my Animalis, I love these animal cards. Oh, and people keep asking. It's Animal Spirit Guidebook. This is by the Wild Unknown people, so if you look Wild Unknown animal cards, you'll come up with this. I got frog today. Frog, clearing, cleansing, healing. Here's the water element. Here's the Scorpio. It's like, don't forget the emotions. The emotions and all this is important. You don't need to transcend it. Let's work with it. There's so much juiciness in and through the emotions. The frog and water are inseparable. The frog spends its first months of its life entirely within this healing element and emerges the rest onto land. No matter how earthly the frog becomes, the need for cleansing, rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that sensitive creatures practice self-care, self-centering. What do I need right now? What am I avoiding right now? This card serves as a reminder that water helps to cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. You don't need to carry a heavy load. And I think that's part of like this release. Some of the stuff that we are avoiding is some of this heavy load that we're carrying that can be released through this energy. But you've just got to be willing to show up for yourself and be available for what is coming up in you. Can you be present? What are you really feeling? Get in there. And how do I center myself in and through this healing? What is it I need right now? So that is it for today. This is going to pass fast, and then we're on to the next lesson. Yay! This is how the astro works. Just keeps bringing us new lessons. So, find your center. Have a beautiful day. Book a reading if you want to dive in deeper, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.